Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines. In today's episode I would like to continue on the area we've built in the previous episode. I'm still in the same situation, I'm only coming home to record a couple of hours and I'm going back on vacation. And I'm still calling it a vacation even though we're only going to the next lake that is technically not very far away. The previous time it actually worked out with an 18 minutes episode, but you know, I just can't guarantee you anything until I'm back home in about a week's time. That's when I will be spending more time home again. For now, we basically only have the concept of this area. It does look a little bit ridiculous in places. For instance, this road, and I also mean the train track, everything is not quite in the place it should be. We also have another side gate here with the nature reserve, and that's something I would like to connect up with this bridge. So maybe let's try to do that now. Yeah, looking at this might be easier than I first thought. Yeah, this is already connecting. Let me get rid of that power line. I want to solve that some other way. And we're going to bring this down just slightly. It shouldn't go further down than the actual tunnel we have going on here. But I think that is a slope you can do by actually walking. We're also going to lower the entirety of this pathway a little bit, and I want to smooth out the rest of the slope we have going on here. So this should all come down. Now let's have a look at the smoothing tool. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, it looks like we can get rid of the harsh lines this way. But then again, most of it should be cliffs, something nice to look at. Okay, that now looks kind of acceptable to me. It is not too high, not too many steep slopes. We should also go ahead and lower this bridge just a tiny bit more. Ferries still need to be able to pass, you know. I then want to go ahead and wherever we have something nearby the water, I want to make sure they are as close as possible to the water. This bridge probably also needs some fixing. Yeah, I mean, you get the basic gist. We needed to fix some stuff. I'm gonna bring this road over a little bit, and here it can take a slight curve. Beautiful. We seem to have a little bit of an issue with our ferry stop here. It is also quite high up. I'm wonder if I can fix this somehow. Whoa. Oh my god. Ah, there we go. The closer I can get it to the water, the lower it goes. So maybe that is gonna make for a better scenario. I just have to lower this down as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Come on. There's gotta be a way to make this a little smoother. Maybe we just keep this as low as possible, and then we also have a look at the first node in the tunnel here. So this first node in the tunnel could go down as well to make the slope less steep here, and then inside the tunnel it almost doesn't matter so much. Much better, much more believable, except maybe the cliffs are a little bit sharp in some places. You go down and then you go down. Okay, I need my terraforming tool now. Let's try to get rid of a good portion of terrain here. I don't need you anymore, thank you. And then maybe we can just level this out so the road doesn't look too weird anymore. Man, it's already overgrowing again. That seems crazy to me. I've never seen something so persistent. Let's go with rocks. Rocks are the solution usually. With prop and tree anarchy, we can simply attach these rocks here. Oh, that might be a bit big. Come on, I really would like to get another rock in here without overlapping too much with... Oh, okay, that could be good. Add you right there. No, it is slightly overlapping. Oh my gosh. Gotta lower the road a bit so the rocks are not quite as distorted. How about that? Now it is just a dead end and it kind of works out. Let's also check out the entrance here. That is kind of in a weird place now. You come over and you also go down a bit. Okay, in terms of realism we are much further now. Come on, little police car, I'm gonna help you out there. Nice. Okay, I can actually live with that. I like how the roads flow. Let's think about the pathways a little bit more. We will also have to add some nature reserve stuff now. Let's maybe take care of that first. Where are we gonna have our viewing platforms? I mean, they're gonna be quite intrusive, aren't they? I mean, they're not very big, but I just presume they're going to deform the terrain. Let's actually find out. We're gonna have a viewing platform right here. Yes, that's a really good spot. We're then going to bring a pathway over there. I don't want you to connect to the road, but rather to the viewing platform. Looks like we have no such things as info booths, for instance, but there is a lookout tower, very small. I actually really like the reserve for this place. It's not going to use up a whole lot of space. We can then have a big lookout tower here. Okay. What is this? A camping site. Okay, that's one of the larger camping sites. Let me quickly think. This could probably go here. Yeah, that is actually the perfect camping site if you ask me. Just, oh my gosh. This game is really better suited for flat surfaces. Maybe if I bring up the road a little bit, we can fix that. Naturally, we're gonna accommodate a whole bunch of piers. Let me maybe mix things up a little bit. We only have 2 available piers for the nature reserve, but I think we're gonna be fine. Gonna have another pier right there, and then one of those right here. We also want to have 2 on the other side, like so. I'm also gonna add a bunch of these bouldering sites. Maybe not here. Let me try to add that there. Okay, terrain problems I will fix. And if possible, I would like to have another bouldering site here somewhere. I need to slope down the terrain. So let's get rid of some of that here. We need to smooth out this area anyway. So let's maybe also get rid of the power lines here that were a bit crazy. Okay, there we go. We will be able to add the bouldering site right there. Just bringing this down. This is actually perfect. Of course, we'll have to hide the terrain as per usual. Next up, we're gonna need a hunting cabin. I was kind of thinking to, you know, expand a foresty area here, so it actually makes sense. Maybe they can start to hunt some things on the other side. Add you right there. I just hate how the terrain makes everything a little more difficult to place nicely. We also have a small hunting cabin that I'm gonna place on the other side. We did that. Tent camping site, that's another thing we need. And then, of course, the individual tents that we can conveniently place anywhere we like. Since this is smaller and basically fits anywhere, I'm gonna put it right there. Of course, we have to lower it down a little bit, and then we are going to need more pathways. Let me see if we can actually manage that. Oh no, let me do the tents first. You know, something easy that I already know what I want to do. These are, you know, some of the main tents just at the entrance there. They're also gonna need a campfire site. Beautiful. We're gonna have some more tents near the bouldering sites for the crazy bastards. And if I can, yes, a campfire right there will be absolutely perfect. Add another big one right there. Furthermore, instead of this little lookout tower, I want to have another viewing platform. I'm gonna set up right there, and, well, maybe we can move the lookout tower elsewhere. It seems a little bit of a pathetic tower anyways, but there we go. Now we got this viewing platform that I would like to connect right there. Maybe you can come down a little bit, you can come down, great. Get rid of snapping, gonna add another road to the piers. Now, this is gonna be, well, an experiment, I would say. Oh, actually that solved a lot more problems than I anticipated, just putting down a pathway. Very nice. That means we can continue the reserve right here. I'm gonna get rid of the power lines as I do that. Add a pathway to this pier, and then it would be great. Ooh, this is not hooked up to the road. What if I move this closer to the water? Not bad, that gave me a great effect. I'm also gonna lower down the roads just a little bit. We're then gonna connect it in some way or the other. And all we have to do to fix that is find the good slope. It's time to set up a bunch of trees in certain areas. It's gonna be extremely easy to hide the ugly cliff slopes with a dense forest. As mentioned, I also want to set up a forest right here for kind of, you know, role-playing the hunting cabin. I'm gonna get rid of the power line, and I'm also gonna get rid of the train track here. I'm gonna redo that. Actually, thinking about it, maybe I should have moved it. I'm not too sure. Actually, we get out of here. No problemo. Okay, well, let's do that first of all. We want to make the train track, obviously, do something smoother than it currently is. So this should all go down. Should be one line. You come over a little bit. Okay, now we need a curve in this. Yeah, looks like we want to move to the right of this pillar. Now, it has been mentioned that the metro on the top here doesn't really make sense. And I can see that an underground metro would make more sense in this case. However, I really dig the looks and the idea of it. And I'm not sure. I mean, we could also go with a monorail. Maybe I'm gonna leave this open to debate. What do you think? Should the metro go underground in this case? Let me know in the comments. But there we go, looks already much more like something, you know, a train would be able to do. And then with this last part out of the way, we also have the line that dictates the forest line. I haven't really decided how I want to do the on and off ramp, so I think I'm just gonna leave this topic for the time being. And we're going to set up a forest right here. We're gonna use the brush in order to do that, but with a strength of about 0.12 or so. And then, yeah, I guess that was still too much. Let's go with a brush strength of 0.06. That could be better for an open field. You know, I don't want to go too crazy on what I would like to achieve for this place. And as the forest gets a little bit thicker, you can increase the brush size. But there we go. We also want a bunch of small trees in here. Basically all the trees that make sense for this place. There we go, not bad. The only thing that's missing is a couple of rocks here on this hill part, and then I also want a clear line that divides the rails from the forest. Probably technically we should set up a fence. You know, the train tracks should be a little more secure. There we go, gonna start adding a bunch of these rocks. I really like with the Anarchy mod that whenever I place a rock on trees, the trees end up looking like bushes. How about that? I really like it. But to finish the looks, I think we need to do something for this side as well. I'm gonna go with smaller trees for this one. But I feel like there's not enough stuff here. This needs to be filled up. At least to make sense to me. Much better, wouldn't you say? I think it is time to unpause the game. I first have to hook up these two pathways still. You go right there. Okay, and let's do another one. We'll have to do some move it trickery. Maybe if I move this out a little bit, move it down, and then move this over. Yeah. We just need a large enough curve so people can walk down conveniently. Great, I think we're ready to unpause the game again, let it run for a little bit and see how things develop. By the way, what do we have in terms of points here? 1,850. That's probably enough to get the park to the maximum level. And I just see, with my shenanigans, I might have destroyed the ferry line. I'm not 100% sure. Hold on. One moment. This is now possible for both boats to stop. No, this one is still continuing. So I guess the ferry line didn't get destroyed. But then again, it is not quite completed yet and we have way too many ferries on it. The ferry line was only supposed to be a nice touch and not serious means of public transportation. Alrighty, I continued decorating the outlook platform right there and also the tunnel entrance. I tried to make this cliff look a little bit more natural. The problem is the resolution mod that I have installed in order to make the game a little smoother is, of course, only showing this cliff in a nice fashion when we are close enough. However, in order to complete this, I would like to see a little more green every now and then that pokes through the rocks there. Okay, not too shabby. I think we can leave this be for the time being. Is there anything else that catches our eyes immediately? Well, one thing that I have noticed is people from the other side of the highway currently don't have the possibility to get into this. Actually, thinking about this, I much rather have an entrance here and then maybe another one here. We already covered the right lane, so all we have to do is add another one here in order to do this. But this is also temporary. I want to make a little more of a clever way to actually get on top of this island using the highway. Another thing we definitely need to take care of before I forget is how the tram actually functions here. We don't want it to take such a sharp turn. I mainly wanted this to function for now, and maybe I could have done a better job. Another thing, of course, that also has been suggested we could do is just continue the tram line into the next area. So that is something we'll definitely consider. Alright, nice. To make the area a little more lively, I thought we could start zoning a little bit of shopping. Definitely makes sense in my opinion. Also, we need to take care of the zoning. All of this is gonna belong to a new district, and that district is probably gonna expand across here until the mountain or so. And of course, I want you guys to name that. And that reminds me, I'm gonna put up a list right now of the name suggestions you gave me for the park. And the one I'm gonna go for is the park out of this world, but I'm only gonna call it out of this world. I really think this fits with the whole space elevator thing and, you know, the space theme in naming conventions we generally have going on. Maybe to wrap up today's episode, we're going to continue with the road pattern a little bit for the new district that is gonna come here. And the first thing obviously I want to cover is the canal area. Now looking at this, the water level is pathetically low. What I think I want to do is go down here as steeply as possible. We're also going to terraform whatever we find behind that. This theoretically should allow us to get this road a little bit closer and more realistically to the edge of that canal, in quotes. On the very end here, we're going back up again. That seems probably fine. Let me do a similar thing with the other road here on the other side. You move over and down. Should be good. Okay, not bad. You just have to imagine the terrain behind it we're gonna still terraform, so it smoothly goes up back to the level it was before. This can go down slightly more, and after that I would like to set up a bridge, or maybe several bridges. One on the very end here. Let's see, can these guys still go under? Yeah, I mean, they are touching a little bit. You know, just move this up slightly, the bridge right there. Okay. Next, I would like to see a bridge up here, but before we do that, we might want to smooth out the terrain a bit more. Can you not? I don't get the smoothing tool. It never does what I would like it to do. There we go. Just lower the terrain a bit, and then maybe after that we can use the smoother tool to make things right. Not bad. I think I can live with that. All I wanted is a nice bridge up there, and it even made the pillar where I wanted it. Very nice. We're gonna continue our road patterns. One road is gonna connect with the upper part here. Looks like we didn't even need that power line anymore, and we don't need this one either. We're also gonna connect to this one. Seems fine. And then I would like to see a third connection right there. This can be a little bit dynamic. Doesn't have to be very structured in my opinion. We're gonna have another side road that is gonna be a dead end right there. And maybe... yeah, we're gonna come in from here as well. Up to this point and then move over right there and right there. And this might be the spot for another unique building. Okay, there's lots more to do, in my opinion, and of course there's gonna be the entirety of the district where we're gonna put all of the people. We can actually utilize all of the space up to the mountain, maybe up to the track here. So that is gonna be another really awesome project, and obviously we still have lots to do on the other side of the island there. But I feel like the game is still running well. We have almost reached the 200k mark again. And with that out of the way, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Don't forget to give me names for the future district that is gonna be here. And with that out of the way, have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.